You said at your opening day presser that you had national championship expectations for this program. What are your expectations, though, kind of starting at ground zero entering the spring?
Be better than we were the year before. Our ultimate goal is to win a national championship, but it's a process of getting there, and there's a lot of things that have to happen in order for the championship to happen. So, getting our guys to understand that process and working towards that ultimate goal, and that's every single day getting better than we were the day before, and that's really what we preach and live by every single day. At the end of the day, before you go to bed, you ask yourself, was I better than I was the day before? And that's something we all want to live up to, being better than the day before.
Well, that's right.
Willie, I was just curious, just because their top 3 tight ends last year were seniors, what does tight end, what kind of role does that position play in your offense? And what do you kind of see with the guys you have coming back?
They're huge in our offense. They're going to be very we're going to use them a lot. We ask those guys to do a lot of different things for us, whether it's blocking or catching the ball. We ask them a lot, and I can't tell you right now who's going to be that guy or what they can do because we just hadn't seen much, but give me a couple of days of spring practice. I can let you know. Excuse me. I can let you know then, but I'm excited about the young guys we have there, and just watching some of them work out and run around. I think we have some guys that we can work with and get some things done, but really excited to see them compete. I do think when it's all said and done, we're going to have someone step up there and probably surprise us on who and what we didn't necessarily think coming in, but in the spring, we probably feel a lot better about them.
Yeah.
Willie, you mentioned mental toughness earlier. What are some things that, as a staff, you're doing to sort of improve that? And does the feelings of liking each other, does that play into that mental side at all in your eyes?
I think that helps, but for me and our staff is just keep putting them in tough situations, things that they don't like. Our guys got to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and with everything we do, whether it's academically or meetings or just making it where it's just things they don't necessarily want to do and they have to do in order to be successful, but continue to put them in those tough situations and demanding that they fight through it, and ultimately I don't think we're going to get there until we actually get into a game and there's one of those tough times and seeing how we respond to it. But I do know if we care enough about each other, it makes it a lot easier to deal with tough situations, someone will want to step up and make a play for their football team or their teammates. And I think now the more we can go through tough situations and work through it together, the better it's going to be for us when the season comes and there's tough time comes. Because there's going to be a lot of tough times, and we got to fight through them.
We're going to wind things down here, so a couple more.
Andrew, and then we'll end it with Jerry, the voice of the Ducks.
Last week, you guys at Clemson taking a visit. Obviously, they're kind of the model for success at the moment as the champions. What do you guys feel like you took away from that you guys could bring here and apply?
I wouldn't necessarily say bring here. I think a lot of things they're doing, we're doing them here now. I think we share some similar philosophy behind things, whether it's football or player development. I was really impressed just how we're doing a lot of the same things, a lot of similarities to what we're doing here. It's just a matter of now it's just time, time to implement a lot of those things and work through it to get everybody on the same page. And I think the things we've seen there at Clemson is things that started to happen 5 or 6 years ago. They're starting to reap the benefits from those things. It's a culture that changed under Dabo, and they all understand that. I think what was really impressive was you sit down and talk to one of the assistants, you feel like you've been talking to Dabo Swinney. It's like everybody has bought into that vision and that culture. And everyone you talk to it's the same thing. They speaking the same thing. They're doing the same thing. You see the players around each other having fun and enjoying it. And of course you're going to be that way after winning a national championship, but you can tell that there's a culture there that's all of them believe and live by, and that's what it's going to take to be on top.
Coach, final question back here. With a complete change in the coaching staff, I've seen a couple of morning workouts and some of the team building you guys are doing. Are you surprised or just encouraged at how this team has bought in to this staff and what you want to do?
I think I'm a little bit of both, surprised and encouraged, because because of the past experience, I felt like there would be some pushback by some guys. Typically, it's been usually that way, and we hadn't had it here, which tell me these guys are committed. They want to be better. They want to change things and want to do things the right way. I just academically, we had our highest GPA for the winter quarters in 17 years here. And guys are taking care of their business in the classroom, which I believe that's where winning starts. Off the football field, in the classroom, and in the community. You're doing those things right. Winning to happen on the football field. These guys know how to play football. It's these other things that gets in their way from being a great football player. And if we have those things in order, then we can go and be the team that we want to be in. And our guys are starting to do those things off the field, which is very encouraging and have me fired up, So they're buying in, they're buying in. And, again, I'm excited to see these guys go out of spring ball, and a lot of things going to be new for them out there because they haven't practiced with us before. So excited to see these guys go out and learn. They're going to make some mistakes, but the key is not to make the same one twice and to continue to get better.
Coach, you good or one more?
I'm good for one more. You guys got one more for me?
Jason,
I can take a couple more.
couple more? Go ahead, Steve.
It's football time.
Hey, Coach, the second question about the quarterback situation and Justin Herbert, like I said, can you talk about his specific strengths that you've seen on film about the kid? Mm-hmm. And talking about the quarterback, would you mold your offense around what that quarterback can do, or are you pretty set on finding a quarterback who can do what you want to do?
I want to win, so I just want to find a winning quarterback. Whatever it takes to win, and the things I like about Justin is he's smart, very smart. Speaking of smart, my man Justin had a 4.1 GPA this winter quarter. I might add there. So, and he's very athletic. I think you'll look at Justin and see his height and his build, and you think, okay, this guy can't run, he can't do this or that, and that's not the case. I mean, I was really impressed with our winter conditioning and watching him run around and watching him change direction. He was really impressive doing those things, So, but I think as a quarterback, it's much more than just the physical part of it, I think at the end of the day, I want to see who can lead this football team, who can get this team to rally behind them and play for their quarterback. I think, again, each winning team out there, that's what the quarterback does. It's not just getting the offensive guys to rally behind them, but the defensive guys as well, the entire football team. And I'm looking for the guy that can do that, who can lead. I think that's what this football team is missing. And I think that's what this football team really wants, is someone they can get behind and follow and really play for their teammates. So I'm looking for the quarterback that can do those things. And you can't get the team to get behind you by turning the ball over or not making plays. I think that's a big part of going out and competing every single day and making plays. But also being a good person and a good teammate is going to be a big part of that as well. So it's a lot more into that quarterback position other than just throwing the ball or running around that we're looking for.
Okay. You've been here a few months, kind of gotten to know the town a bit. What are you starting to like about Eugene so far?
Everything is close now. Before it wasn't when I first got here, but I found the little roads now and how the back roads to get to certain places. I know Delta Highway like the back of my hand now, and I can get off and go downtown or come on around to Corbett Road. I just got a house. Fired up about that. Just got in on Sunday and got a shortcut to work. So